Hi, I'm Nikki Coffin and welcome back to our Recruitment Manager training tips. Everything you work towards in getting your team to being top billers will fall by the wayside if you aren't able to maintain performance. Managing people is always challenging because they're individuals with different motivations and also methods of doing things. And consistency is key. So here are 4 things that you can do to help your team consistently bill above their targets. The first thing is motivation. It's important to bear in mind that not everybody is motivated by money. We're all individuals and therefore we've got our own very specific motivators. And in my experience, money normally falls to about 3 or 4 in the most important ranking. Many people are more interested in being successful, where money is then a byproduct of that success. So when you're looking to motivate your team, you need to take the time to understand their individual goals, values and personal interests. And to find out what motivates people, you need to know what's important to them. So simply ask them, what's important to you about your career or job? And listen to the answers. And then ask, what else? Now, when motivating your team, think about linking the target back to them personally. It must be their goal that you're motivating them towards, not the business's. People are far more likely to buy into and be motivated by a goal if it's their own, and if it's meaningful to them on a personal level. And small things like this can really help to motivate them towards achieving that. So the second thing to get consistency of results is a coaching culture. Too many managers tell their recruiters what they want them to do and then send them off to go and achieve their targets and expect everything just to happen on its own. If you really want your team to be top performing, you need to coach them and guide them through the process. Big goals need to be broken down into smaller goals so that there's a clear path of what they need to do to achieve them. Also, because your team will hit obstacles and roadblocks, they need help in getting through them. So if you've got an annual target that they need to reach, break this down into monthly and weekly targets. Help your team to zone in and identify a plan of what and how they're going to achieve this on a weekly and daily basis. So in other words, break it down from how many placements they need to make, then how many jobs, how many interviews, how many CVs sent. What specifically are they going to do to find the clients? How are they going to find the candidates to interview? So the third thing that helps to build a top performing team consistently is ongoing training. So provide your team with training in areas that perhaps they're not strong in. For example, if you've got someone in your team who's less confident on the phone, then train them how to open a call, to build rapport, ask those tricky questions and overcome objections. Role-playing exercises can really help them to start to gain more confidence in this area. Make sure that you regularly train your team. And a smart way to do this easily for you is to get other people to run these sessions. So pick consultants that are strong in areas that can train the rest of your team. As long as they're an expert in this area, then they can train others. So for example, you could use a resourcer to teach a newbie how to find and search for candidates. It doesn't have to be somebody with loads and loads of experience. And the final thing that helps to build a top performing team is delegation. And delegation is one of the most important ways to build up this performance, and it involves trust and confidence in another person's ability to do a task. So as a manager, it can also free up your time so that you can focus on more important things. Delegation builds people up, it empowers them, and by giving them responsibility for tasks that are part of your job role, will upskill them as well. So these 4 things are really instrumental in creating a top performing team: motivate, train, coach and delegate. And your team can achieve even more when they set out to do these things. So there you have it. That's our Recruitment Manager training tip for today. And if you'd like to know even more about building a top performing team, then sign up to my new free training webinar, The 9 Keys to Get Your Team to Build 6 Figures and Beyond this year. I'll be showing you some really cool tips and techniques to get performance fast, and here's the link to do that. And I look forward to seeing you next time.